Hey you, and welcome. In this video, we're going to learn about functions in JavaScript. So let's dive right into it. I'm going to open up my Quokka, new JavaScript file, and close the terminal, and I'm ready to write my first function. I'll start by writing the function keyword that is in JavaScript reserved for instantiating a function. Then I can write a function name. Let's call it do some math, and then parentheses. And after the parentheses, curly braces, which opens the body. That's a function statement right there. In this, the parentheses can hold parameters that we can pass. We're going to look at that in a minute. And then in the curly braces, we have the body of the function where we can do some business logic and return items or not return anything. In this case, however, I will return something using the return keyword in JavaScript. And the return keyword would return a string value. It will say hello world. Great. And to call a function, we have seen this before, do something call, and then we will just call that in a console log so we can see what the output looks like. And there we go. It's outputting hello world because when I call this function, it returns me hello world message. I can also provide parameters in this function. So in the parentheses, I can say there's a parameter variable name A and a parameter variable name B. And we can do as many as we want. This is comma-separated list of infinite parameters as you would like. In this case, A and B work just fine for me. And then I'll say A plus B. That means my function actually becomes the sum function. So I'll just rename it and say it's a sum function and call the sum function. And notice how it says nan. And the reason why is because I haven't provided any parameters. That means it's trying to plus number something with something, but it's not number. So it's not a number. NaN is the error message here. So I'll say try to add 2 with 2. And there we go. We get a 4. Or 2 with 3. We get a 5. And so that's how you can call a function and get a return value from that. So what we're passing down here is called the arguments, whereas what's up top here will be parameters. However, they're interchangeable. Just know when people are saying those words, the arguments mean they're calling the function, whereas parameters are for a person who's writing the function definition for you. Also notice that when I don't pass the parameters, my function kind of fails with not a number. We can solve this problem by passing a default in the function to say, if I don't get the A variable, by default it should be set to 2. And if I don't get the B variable, set it to 2 as well. And there we go, the nan error message goes away and it gives me a 4 return, even though I didn't give it a sum value. I think ideally it would be better if I just say 0 and 0. That means don't sum anything. And then it will return 0. So it doesn't really error out. It just gives you a 0 value, but I can still override it by saying try to add 3 plus 3, or even just 3 and then 3 plus 0 is equals to 3. So that's how we would write a function using a function keyword. There's also another way to write functions, which is more popular now, which is using a const. So let me just comment out the first 3 lines here. And using the const, assigning it to a value of sum, const with the name of sum equals to a function. So I could use an arrow function here. I could even provide a regular function like so, which will be the anonymous function, but I just prefer to work with the anonymous function here so we can see the difference between the regular pure function and then the new arrow function assigned to a const. So I can do the same definition here to say return A plus B, and the A will be a variable, a parameter up top, and then B would be a parameter here as well. And by default, they will both be assigned to 0, like so. And it works the same way. It still works. So both are allowed in JavaScript. The second one is becoming a little bit more popular due to the familiarity with React frameworks. All right, with that out of the way, I'll see you all in the next video.